Any project, when we start, we talk about a sensory brief. Sound and acoustics is really fundamental to that. So these are all key elements to creating spaces that are really perfect for people to thrive in, especially when we're dealing with learning environments and neurodiverse learners. It's so important to be able to deal with the acoustics of a space so that everyone feels included.
People are more in demand of understanding the new ways that they should deal with to educate the new generation. Usually there is a lot of ways of dealing with movement of people mainly. So there is a couple of strategies that you use. You divide the zoning of the schools more like hubs. So you have the education, you have the experiences, you have in one aspect of a certain themed hub, which is, for example, the sciences. This is where you have a mix of different acoustics. There is two numbers you take from the acoustic engineering. One is the minimum that you need for the space, which is driven by the regulation, and one is the best practice. And then the best practice, of course, acoustic is one element to all the elements are there. So once you put them all together, then you will understand why we're creating this space with these materials, why we're translating from one space to another.
Understanding that the kids at that age, they are very sensitive, they're highly perceptive to any information, any activities that comes their way. So I would probably assume that I would want my child to be in a school that can offer a wide variety of activities which are well certified, correct, which you can understand that your child is well protected. Although we can't specify the most amazing acoustic quality ceiling, but when we introduce our lighting, when we introduce our AC, our access panels, sprinklers, and so on, there are a lot of holes in the ceiling which needs to be definitely treated with the same approach. So understanding this, introducing the correct sealant for every single opening in the ceiling, that's one of the challenges that we face.
In an environment where you need the learners to be very focused, then you need quiet spaces. So the balance of those materials is like an art. So that collaboration and that ecosystem of the consultants together on one team is really fundamental to the success of a project.
The noise is constantly running in the background. It's like a background app eating the battery. So when you're trying to do a collaboration, part of your brain is actually processing something that you have no interest in. For everything, we have sensory receptors. The noise is the one that we don't have control on. You can turn away from that vision, but you cannot turn off your hearing. The reason that acoustic increases the collaboration is allows you to actually focus on what you're doing. If you want to look at future, you have to have a glance at the past. For many years, the schools were the same, and then suddenly it changed. It became about how individual can learn. Is it one-to-one? Is it a small group? Is it a big group? And the schools started accommodating these new models. So suddenly it changed and became about how this individual react to education. So moving away from this, I think it's going to be more about how else these individuals want to learn, and these individuals are changing really quickly. So education and schools facilitating that education, I think the biggest part has to be flexibility.
Education, I think, is going to transform dramatically, and spaces will have to become super flexible to accommodate for whatever that is. That is the most creative part and the challenge that we're all going to face as designers.